Hey AIESEC, how are you doing? This is Yahya Sabit. I'm 25 years old. I'm from AIESEC in Egypt originally. I'm currently holding the position of Knowledge Management and Consultancy at Global Finance Board for the year 1819. And I am the elected slash selected Controlling and Systems for the year 1920 in Global Finance Board. Today's session is more about conference management. We are going to talk about what are the types of conferences that we are having in AIESEC, how to make them sustainable, how to manage them, and how to organize them. So, as I introduce myself, as I told you, this is my email and my mobile number in case you want to approach me at any time regarding this session. So, today we're going to talk about the introduction, what's conferences and what are their types, the local conferences, how to manage them, and the national conferences, how to manage them, how to ensure the sustainability, the tips and tricks for every type of conferences, and then we have OC tools links for reference in case you're organizing a conference and you're short on time and you want to have any tools as a GCP. Mainly to introduce you the idea about the conferences. In the last GEW survey, while analyzing some data, we found out that more than 50% of the entities lack sustaining their conferences, which gives us an indicator that these conferences are not investments anymore. These conferences are a source of loss for these entities and affect the sustainability of the entity overall. As well, with you being as a CFO in your entity, you are required to organize minimum 2 conferences annually as the national board, up to 5 conferences. So conferences should be a focus for every CFO. I know that you are the elected CFO, so this should be your focus, because when you start your term in less than a month or 2 months from now, you'll be organizing your first conference. So conferences should be a project, an investment project, not a project that we do and we lose money. We're going to talk more about it. We have 2 types of conferences in AIESEC. We have the local conferences and the national conferences. It's different from entity to entity. The local conferences of different and other entities are different than other ones. So we're going to talk more about it. Regarding the local conferences, which is the time that we're going to talk more about it, regarding the local conferences purposes, it's different from an entity to another, from an LC to a different LC. But local conferences, their purpose are mainly one of these 7 points. The first one is induction for the new members in the local committee. When each LC recruit new members, so it's mainly this conference is a boot camp for induction. Second thing is ensuring the implementation of a specific culture inside the local committee. Depends what's your culture. You need to implement it, so you need to start by implementing it within this conference. As well, third thing is presenting the new executive board, the direction, the focuses, what are the goals of this executive board, and this conference mainly happens on the beginning of the LC term, which is Jan or Feb. As well, downscaling national strategies and focuses to the members. Not all the members have the chance to attend the national conferences, so maybe the local conference is a way or a method of downscaling the national strategies to the members. Another thing or another purpose is mainly having reward and recognition within the local conference, is mainly having the R&R, which is the reward and recognition, rewarding the people who were working super hard in the past 6 months. Another item or another purpose could be the ensuring pipeline for the local conference, for the local committee, making sure that we know how to retain these people when they attend the conference. It's face-to-face conversations, sessions, a lot of things that could empower them. Last but not least, it could be an operational hackathon on the local committee to tell them more about operations, how things are working, and how's everything. And then the number of delegates is always different from an entity to another. It's mainly from 20 members, could be less, to 120 members. As I'm a person who's coming from AIESEC in Egypt, mainly the local conference in Egypt was from around 40 to 120, 130 within the big LCs. And it depends on as I told you, in the entity membership, the local committee number of active members. The structure of local conference could be as the following: an OCP, organizing committee president, that has someone who's holding finance and logistics, another one is holding BD, business development, is mainly in case we need to raise any partners, depends from an entity to another. And then we have another one which is marketing and delegate servicing. We're going to talk more about this. And then here we're going to talk about how to organize a conference 7 days. Like if we have 7 days from now and we have to organize a local conference. So mainly in day one, what we need to do is to organize an OC meeting. Yeah, sorry, coming back to the first topic here, it's only the executive board or like the EB, the OCEB, but we need to have volunteers or members. Depends on the size of the entity. If we're going to organize a conference in 7 days, it's mainly day one, we're going to have an OC meeting, choose the OC name, the t-shirts and everything, put the promotion plan for the whole conference, do the venue market research. The venue is the hotel market research, and then we see the prospect list of the sponsors that could be interested. Second day, we do phone calls and negotiations with all the venues. We choose the logo of the conference and we create the Facebook event or whatever the WhatsApp group that we're going to have all the promotion on it. Day three could be delegates registration form. We start to release it. Merchandise suppliers list. We have all the suppliers with all the merchandise that we're going to buy. T-shirts designs and merchandise designing process. In day four, it's mainly we finalize the venue, we do the down payment, and then we finalize all the merchandise designs. On day number five, we send the merchandise designs to be printed. We do the T-shirts order, and then we purchase all the welcome packs. The welcome pack is mainly the notebook and the pens and the name tag. And then we do like an OC outing to ensure that all the OC are on board, are bonded together, are like on board and are about everything and the culture of the OC, how we're going the conference to be. Day six is mainly we go by the conference needs purchase, which is the facility needs, the technical needs, the speakers and the mic and everything, and we do a visit to the venue to make sure that everything is up to date. Day number seven, which is the most important, is like mainly we take all the printed merchandise, we do a venue visit again, we send the delegate mailer to all the accepted delegates. We provide the transportation information, and mainly we make sure that we allocate the fast needs to all the sessions according to the agenda. For every OCVP, here are the tools that he or she will be working on. It's mainly regarding finance. It's regarding the cash flow tracker. He will need a cash flow tracker to track all his expenses. Budget tracker to do a budget pre the conference, and liquidity tracker to know in the next couple of days how much he will need and what are the income and the expenses that are expected. For you to understand, the cash flow tracker is you documenting all the expenses, all the income that literally entered to the OC, received or paid. Liquidity tracker is a prediction about the income or the expense that is going to be paid or going to be received. Budget tracker is mainly a budget, like you estimate how things will be working overall. So the three tools serve each other. Regarding logistics and PD, you need to have like a supplier market research tracker. Put all the suppliers on it with their contact, with their delivery time, with their everything, their address. Conference needs allocated to agenda allocations, mainly a tracker that or a tool that you put all the needs according to the agenda. And then you have a PD prospect list and trackers that include all the partners that could be interested according to history with all the local conferences. Regarding DE, you have the registered database of delegates, the conference back-end agenda, and the conference engagement activities agenda. It's mainly in such a local conference, you need to engage the members. They will be still news. We need to have an agenda or a tracker that we have a plan of how we're going to engage these members. Regarding marketing, it's mainly the registration form, the master tracker of the plan, and the LC members database to be contacted. We would have like people who maybe didn't register yet but might be interested in such a thing. Tips and tricks, and this is super important regarding the local conferences. In finance, you need to plan your budget on the worst case plan regarding the number of delegates. You need to put the pessimistic number of delegates that you are expecting. Conference budget should show a profit before starting the conference. Make sure you have a good synergy with logistics. That's why I was suggesting that finance and logistics should be the same person, because in local conference the scope is not that big, and if the synergy is not that good between finance and logistics, it will cause a lot of problems, because logistics will go by the best quality with the highest price, and finance want a normal quality or the most efficient or good quality with the least price. For logistics and PD, you need to make sure that you deal with the cheapest suppliers for a conference needs. Make sure to have the fast needs from the facilitators soon to avoid any increase in prices. Regarding delegate experience, make sure that you keep the communication with the registered delegates to avoid losing interest in the conference. We have a lot of problems that we faced in converting the people from approved to literally coming or showing up to the conference. Put an engagement plan for the delegates and to let them bond together as well. Understand the purpose of AIESEC. Plan your HR allocation, DS plan, and room allocation pre the conference. The HR allocation is mainly how the OC will be divided based on the sessions. Delegate servicing plan of how we will be how the OC will be available in the check-in and servicing the delegates. Room allocation is how we will be dividing the database that we have on the rooms that we got to make sure that there are rooms that all the rooms are occupied. Regarding marketing, you contact the LC database one by one to make sure that the event reached them. Put proper and relevant reasons for the members to feel attracted attending the conference. Showcase how this conference impacted a lot of people historically. Now we're going to talk mainly about the national conferences. So national conference is a little bit different than local conferences. So many national conferences, the purpose are mainly planning or replanning of the member committee with the local committee. LCEB planning or replanning, summer peak or winter peak push, ensure the pipelining for the entity, showcasing the impact of the entity, present the MC direction to the national direction, and present the sign-off report of the previous MC. This what mainly happens or July or October, depends on the conference cycle. As well, downscale the national strategy to the local committees and ensure that the MC plans are being implemented by the LCs. Number of delegates, it depends. We have two types of national conferences. National conference that has the executive board and the LCPs. It's mainly start by 30 to 250. It depends. In some other entities, it's not a conference, it's a summit for 2 days in the office because maybe the number of LCs and the executive board are not that big. For the active members, it's mainly for all the active members of the national plenary, it's mainly from 600 delegates to from 60 delegates to 600 delegates. Sorry, in big entities sometimes they exceed 600. In AIESEC in Egypt, as example, I was part of the organizing committee of a conference called Activate, and this conference was 840 delegates. And smaller entities, it's less than 60 delegates. It's mainly different from an entity to another. The structure could different from an entity to another mainly, but this is like the draft one. OCVP Finance, and one for logistics, one for marketing, one for delegate experience, which is the delegate servicing, one for special events in case the gala night, the opening, and some like ceremonies could happen at this time that in such a conference, and as well one for business development to make sure that they ensure like having partners who are paying and as well providing in kind products like refreshments like food and the stuff and snacks. If we're going to plan such a conference in 10 days, we'll be having the same an OC meeting to choose the name and the t-shirt colors, EV meeting, promotion plan, venue, market reach, and sponsors as prospect list, which is the same as local conference in day one. Day two, we do the phone calls, negotiations, local of the conference, Facebook event, MC coordination meeting. We need coordinate between the organizing committee and the MC. Transportation market research because we will be having different LCs coming from different cities. Day three, it's mainly the delegate registration form is ready. The market waves are planned. Merchandise suppliers list, t-shirt designs, merchandise designing process. Day four, we pay the venue, we announce the venue, we do the merchandise designs, we plan the HR plans and DS plans, which is mainly the check-in and how the OC will be allocated. Special event planning, as I told you, the gala night, the parties, the opening ceremony in case we will have an opening ceremony, transportation confirmation and communication to the delegates. Day 5 is mainly merchandise designs, t-shirt orders, welcome pack purchase, OC outing and buses payment, OC needs on spot. Day 6 is mainly the MC agenda coordination. We receive the agenda from the MC, conference technical needs, like the speakers, like the mic, to check the dry runs, conference needs, market research finalization, coordinate with the chief of delegates, which is something called CUDs for you if you don't know. For every LCE, to avoid dealing with 30 or 40 delegates, we'll be dealing with one person representative of this LCE, which is the chief of delegates. Day 7 is printed merchandise, venue visit, delegate mailer to the delegates. Needs allocated to all session according to agenda. Conference needs purchase. Day number 8 is mainly the final HR plan, the rooming list to the venue, confirm the number of attendees with the chief of delegates, plan payments plan, and finalize the events and engagement plans. Day number 9 and 10 is mainly all about dry runs. Conference needs are ready, technical needs are ready, venue coordination, moving all the needs to the venue. There will be ongoing activities, depends on the timeline, but will be happening across the 10 days. Venue coordination and update with the number of delegates confirmed. You need to ensure sales visits throughout all the period pre-conference, in-kind raising for the conference, logistics, market research for the suppliers, marketing promotion on social media of the event, marketing ideas, engagement with all the audience on the Facebook, live chat with the answers and inquiries of all the delegates, daily updates to the budget versus actual, and this is super important. MC coordination for all the activities pre the conference. Regarding the tools, it's mainly there is no huge difference between this and the local conference. For the finance, you need the cash flow tracker, the budget tracker, and the liquidity tracker. For logistics, it's mainly the minor and major fast needs, because mainly the MC they provide minor fast needs like flip charts, like markers, and there are major fast needs like they need something that will take more time and more effort and more money. Conference needs allocated to the agenda. PD prospect list. For DE is mainly registered the database of the delegates, conference backend agenda, rooming list to be shared with the chief of delegates in case any of the chief of delegates have any command that they need to change. Marketing, it's mainly focusing on the registration form and the Facebook event, registration master sheet, chief of delegates of the LCs to be contacted to push registrations, tips and tricks, and this is, as I told you, this is very important. Regarding finance, is mainly always plan your budget based on different scenarios, depending on the number of delegates. Conference budget should show a profit in all scenarios. This is something very important as well. Another thing that you need to track the cancellations with the other LCs to make sure that if someone cancelled according to the policy, if they're going to pay no show-off fees, or they're going to pay 50%, or it's free of charge. Make sure you get the best fast needs with least quality, with least finance. Don't overpromise the venue with number of delegates. Track the LC no show ups to make sure that the cancellations. Logistics and PD, make sure to have the fast needs from the facilitators soon to avoid any increase in prices. We make sure to have bulk discounts. As example, when you're going for the station and the fast needs, you have 500 delegates and you need to get 500 pens and 500 name tags. So try to go for a bulk discount to take it, so it's less cost at the end. For DE, coordinate well with the CDs of the LCs to avoid any miscommunication. Divide your manpower wisely to avoid losing energy of your members. Plan your HR allocation and DS plan room allocation pre the conference. For marketing, showcase how this conference impacted a lot of people. Attend LC meetings to reach the largest pool of audience. Coordinate with the MC to push the event to get the maximum number of attendees. Here are OC tools. Here are the budget examples. For instance, I'm trying to open it for you. So you will enter to a Google Drive, and this Google Drive will show you template of budgets of a local conference and national conference that I've been working on, cash flow examples, plan trackers examples, delegate mailer example, job description example. As example, here's a job description. We can open merchandise ideas and sign up reports. Let me show you these. So as example, these were budgets. This one, example, was a budget of one of the conferences. It was a Momentum International Conference. Yeah, it's different from as I told you. Here's an example, the job description of a local conference when I was responsible. This was a national conference. Sorry. Here's like as example the job description of marketing, logistics, and DS. Regarding the merchandise, here are all ideas of merchandise. As example, if you want all like to do keychains, here are like examples of keychains. Oh, sorry, it's not here. Mugs. Oh, it's here. Here example was an example of mugs. You put it on like the mug itself. You will find everything that could, all the ideas of merchandise that we have done here, like as example, t-shirt. This was one of the local conferences. Here's, as example, a cap when we want to do a cap for our LC, local committee. I'm coming from origin from AIESEC 6th of October. This was for the love of Egypt. This was the brand at this time. So yeah, here's the sign-up report template. The sign-up report template, you will see template of all the things that you need to submit for the member committee. That's all regarding the conference management of how to make sure that the conference is sustainable. Sustainability is very important for such a conference. You need to make sure that this conference is an investment. One of the investments that you need to focus on is mainly BD, business development. A lot of entities right now are focusing on business development. Treat this conference as how we treat IPM and IC. A lot of companies really want to have people, citizens from the same country to reach more, to showcase a product, a new product that they have, or to do promotions. So mainly a lot of entities pay, a lot of partners pay for this. Try to make sure, because our conferences are mainly the way to get partners as well. Make sure that they put a feasible delegate fees that are not that high for the delegate, and as well to ensure sustainability of the conference, and how to make sure that we communicate to the venue uh, the least number of delegates. We tell them, as example, if we have 30 confirmed, we tell them we are 25 are coming, could be more, but not to communicate 13 and could be more, because they didn't come. The venue are going to say that they booked the rooms already. So try also to negotiate with the venue to have a very good relationship with the venue, because the venue thing could let the conference generate a lot of profit or make the conference generate a lot of losses. So yeah, that's all. Here's my contact if you need anything. My name is Ahmed, as I told you. I was a part of the organizing committee of a Youth Peak Forum. I was the president of the organizing committee for local conferences and national conferences in AIESEC in Egypt. As well, I was part of IC India. I was CCP of AIESEC in Egypt of IC 2018 that took place exactly 1 year ago. I had a couple of experiences in OC. In case you need anything, I will always be there to support you. Let's try to make the conference sustainable as much as possible. I'm here to provide you with any tools or any information that you need. That's all. Thank you so much. I was super happy to talk to you. And in case you have any doubts, please feel free to approach me through email or WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a perfect day.